afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we have our family podcast, Big Sam and Nephews. Say hello, nephews.
What up? We're back.
And Sherry. Say hello, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Right. We're going to get after it, right? Yeah, we we took last week off because it was Mother's Day, so forgive me for not coming on, but it was Mother's Day.
Hey man, we gotta do
it. Was Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody anyway. All the ladies out there.
Belated.
Thank you.
Belated, but every day is Mother's Day.
Every day is Mother's Day. That's right.
Right, absolutely.
I don't give nothing to my mama. Be like, what you want, mama? Nothing. I'm just
Don't forget that.
So what's on today's agenda, fellas?
Well, we've got a lot to talk about. We got the NBA playoffs starting up. The WNBA season started up yesterday. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And we got to just, make it happen. Just, I don't know why. I don't know why. It's why my face is so dark.
Because you're dark.
No, that's not. No, I just meant.
I beat you to it, Javier, because I knew you were gonna say.
Did. I was like, you're black. Like, what do you want? I don't know.
You're
like you saying, man, why is my face light? I don't know. Maybe because your dad's Puerto Rican. I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, anywho.
Oh my God. Anywho. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that I just got hired as a head girls varsity basketball coach at Hastings High School, Minnesota.
Well, let people know where Hastings is.
Thank you. Hastings is, I said Hastings, Minnesota.
I know, but let people know where Hastings, Minnesota is.
Okay, well, that's you. I could just say it's in the suburbs. I'm not like really good.
Well, how about it's, it is the city south, the first city south of St. Paul.
Okay, first city south of St. Paul.
How far is your commute to work now?
Yeah.
When I coach, 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
It's typical Atlanta. Go down the street.
Or just going, I just go around in that circle. You can do that.
Oh, snap.
So yes, I'm excited. Your Uncle Bernard has agreed to be my assistant / whatever.
There we go.
So
this is a family thing. You need me to come up and do some clinics?
I know.
I'm trying to build a program. So look, come on.
So that means I can come up and just,
hang out.
It'd be good. It'd be good. I don't know how to do that.
So
I could do 3 good moves, 3 good ones, but they'll get you points though. So I'm just saying, they're like,
okay. No, we need more than just that. So when you got an agenda, let me know. Thanks.
So let's dive into that a little bit. Like, what's the first thing you're gonna do as a head coach? Like, what are the first little nuances?
My first. So I have actually plugged in the entire schedule all the way to next March. So that includes games, conference, non-conference. They already did the schedule for me, but it's like summer camp, varsity training camp. They have a thing called Raiders Express. So I put everything in there. I've met with everyone but the girls and the coaches, and that's going to come this week. I have a list of 3 books that I want the coaches. We're going to decide which book we're going to read for the summer. We're going to do a summer book club, and the girls are going to do a summer book club. Nice. And then we are going to do a children's book during the season called I'm the Unicorn, but it's about sports and diversity. Oh. It's like 32 pages, but because we will play 26 games, I needed it to be short.
Right.
But Hastings is not very diverse. So I want to add some diversity things in there. I'm working with a friend of mine because she's trying to start up a nonprofit called Youth Chasing Dreams, and she does a sneaker giveaway for kids in the inner city. We are going to help with that. So I need my girls to get a piece of, we're about to get out of Hastings and we're about to get into the community. The athletic director is all for it. The athletic director has actually worked with your uncle with the Timberwolves. So
Okay.
as soon as I told him who I wanted to help me coach, he was like, "Are you mean Big Sam? Like from Big Sam to work for the Timberwolves?" Yeah. Oh my God, I know him. Oh my God. Okay. I'll let him know.
Baby. Celebrities.
There you go, Unc.
Yeah.
Throw your celebrity on the table sometimes.
There goes your piece of privilege right then and there.
No,
Exactly. That's his privilege.
I don't do that.
I don't know.
Look at him.
I
trying to
just-
hide up.
Nah, I just don't do that. You know what? You let the goodness that you've done with people speak for itself.
It is speaking for itself right now. You should
That's what I'm saying.
just say you're welcome. You're welcome. You say, hey, honey, you're welcome. That's all. Just say, honey, you're welcome.
See, thanks. See how it works.
So
continue. You were saying.
Okay, I was saying, hold on, Mari. So I was saying, what else? So my plan is to actually really just kind of get in and like get in the community and learn more about their program. So I am literally their fourth coach in 5 years. That's a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
So, you know, Bernard and I have discussed, I'm actually going to continue to keep the coaching staff that they already had, just because the girls know them and I kind of want to keep some consistency. So I'm not coming in and be like, yeah, we're changing everything. That's not going to happen. I don't want that for them. I don't want that for me because it's going to make it twice as hard for me. So I got people in there that know. Yeah.
Do you guys do they have like a pretty good, I guess, recruiting background as far as like the kids coming in, or is it like you're gonna have to kind of?
No, they have a good feeder program, so they have like a really good youth program. The problem is because they've had such high turnover for head coaches, the kids that have played or should play aren't playing. So what they're hoping is that with the new transition, they'll be able to have it, because when I coached at Henry Sibley, because they're in the same conference.
Okay.
So when I coached at Henry Sibley and I saw them, they only had 2 teams. They had a C team and a varsity team. And so sometimes the C team would play JV, sometimes the C team would play 9th grade, because they had anywhere from 8th graders to 10th graders on the team. And our C team had 9th and 10th graders. So I'm trying to do it to where we can legit have 3 different teams or 4 different teams, you know, so we actually have what we need to have.
Right.
What about
but the one thing that community is just, you got to cross the bridge to get into that community. So everybody in that community knows each other. You know, it's not, you know, you're not coming in from, and the other thing is you got 2 very, very well-to-do neighborhoods outside the, you know, in the same conference that you got to play against, like Woodbury High School, and then Eastridge High School is another upscale area too. But I think there'll be probably 2 black coaches with Sherry and another coach at Eastridge of color, and that's it.
Well,
that is it.
You have to make it happen. You have to make it happen.
But you know, it can be done. It can be done.
I'm very fortunate that I have a group of parents, a booster club, an athletic director that are all 100% behind me as their hire. So they are all like, whatever it is, what you want to do, you just tell us and we will help you. Like, that's pretty much it. They like gave me the reins and said, here you go.
Yeah, that's the Omega checklist right there. Once you have that behind you,
it is.
I mean, especially at that kind of school or in that kind of demographic, and being a person of color coming in, because usually that's always like, nope, we're gonna give you one. I mean, I don't know, the 1 year, 2 years, and
no,
they say.
Yep, they want a coach to be long term. They are tired of the high turnover. So one of the assistant coaches that was there last year, he's a brother. So it was his first year there, but he had just moved to the Twin Cities with his wife. So the AD was just like, yeah, he's really, you know, the parents love him, the kids love him. Okay, well then I need to keep him. Like, I'm not going to get rid of him. He already had a connection with them before I got there. So I'm not going to let that go.
And he can
So,
identify talent and
yep.
strengths and
And then the C coach they had last year also works at the middle school, also has a middle school travel team. So
Yeah.
he's staying because I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, well, he knows the middle school kids. Like,
Right.
you know, like
The
I
kids is
don't,
coming in.
yeah,
talent.
like I don't have to do, I'm like, I don't want to do too much work. Like, oh, okay, well, he stays, he stays. And then there's an assistant coach that's like a volunteer coach who just volunteered his time, said, oh, I love to coach, I'll help. So I'm gonna see if he wouldn't mind being like a part-time assistant coach and work with the booster club. Like, this is what we need. What do you need from the varsity coach? Like, what is, yeah, that's my go between them.
Okay.
My focus is trying to, you know, get the program together, get the program running, and helping us like win games.
Oh snap! So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to change your name on the show. It's Coach Sherry now. So, just thought about that.
And yeah,
Welcome. It's going to be
Sherry.
Sam, Nephews, and Coach.
Hey,
Yeah.
Coach, I'll do that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. So yeah, I'm excited because I've been waiting to have my own program, and so I figured now this is the place where God wanted me to be because I have applied at multiple high schools with everyone saying no. And then last year I was supposed to go back to Henry Sibley, but I took the year off to have my knee replaced, and then they replaced me. Like, I'm not mad about it. I left the open slot. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And then I got hired at Hastings, and then they were like, "Oh, the JV coach is leaving." It's like I was hoping that you'd be able to come back. Oh no, I'll see you in conference play.
Right. Ooh.
And we're gonna make sure we smack y'all.
Bulletin board
Oh,
material.
that's
right
not
here.
even go. That's not going to even be a question. He hasn't changed his makeup in the last 3 years, so.
And I know all your plays. 17 means pick and roll with the pick and
Nah,
your
I'm a
numbers
defensive coach,
Oh,
so
Are we locking
my plan
everything?
is to,
yeah.
yeah, my plan is to lock any and everybody up. So
A zone trap 1-3-1-3-1, man. That's what we're running. That is like the hardest zone to run, though. Oh my god, I hate that damn thing.
Yeah. But
it
it works.
is if you don't have the right, like it is if you don't have kids that have high IQ, because you have to know where you're going in a 1-3-1. Like that back person literally has to understand this is all you.
Yeah, they have to know that there's a quarterback.
Basically.
So okay, so just real quick. So I played the 1-3-1 my last year of high school, and I played the front, and I played the point pressure, and then I played the back talking. So like in all my high school, we were always taught to be very vocal. And so when I played the back, and I was like, don't say nothing. I'm gonna tell you everybody where to go. Get out there. This is you. I know when the ball is gonna be when the ball gets swung. I would tell them before the ball gets swung to this side, hey Jason, that's you over there in the corner. I'm coming to trap you because we had 1-3-1 trap. So I had to be like super in shape.
Yeah.
It is the back person though, but you're right. I always did when I coached boys, I did a 1-3-1 matchup zone. I always used to get people. I tried to do it when I was at Henry Sibley. He's just like, no, I don't think. I'm like, the girls will get it. So then I switched it because he hated playing 1-3-1, but he'll play 2-3. So I told the girls one practice he was gone, I like switched the 2-3 to a 2-3 matchup.
Yeah.
And so they looked at me one game. They were like, Coach, can we do it? I said, go ahead.
Oh yeah, don't let
So we ran off, like we shut them down, and then we scored like 12 more, and the other team called a timeout. So at halftime, he turned around and looked at me. He said, "You put that matchup zone in, didn't you?" I said, "I sure did."
That's right.
He said, "It works." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
No kidding. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, I feel like saying you'll see it.
The whole thing, once you get your rotations down, everything works perfect. Because like I say, the back and especially on the 1-3-1, but even on a 2-3 matchup, once you get your rotations coming down, hey, look, corner goes to the corner. Now you're still in the 2-3 drop tots in. Now if you get beat, then you got the middle who drops in. Now we still in the 2-3 because now we're recovering back. And it's like, dude, it's simple.
Which is what I showed them. Like every time we dropped, I looked at the girls. I said, "Stop." I always tell the top person, "Turn around." I said, "What are we in?" They're like 2-3. Yep. We swing the ball around again. I said, "Stop. What are we in?" A 2-3. Yep. We haven't really moved too much from a 2-3. They're like, This is really sick. Yep, but just
Super
so
simple.
you, like your zone should always look the same no matter where you're moving to. Once you move to the other side, so it should always should be. It should be 2-3 still.
Yeah, that's
what
what.
Be a 3-2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling my boys. Like, all we're doing is just pulling the string. Like, we just everything is gonna be facing. If it goes to the left side, we're 2-3 right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not even worried about the back
right
side.
there. It's like 2-3.
Right. Like we're not even worried about the back side. If they try to pass across court, because a lot of kids when they play these zones is like, well, what about the people on the other side? Like, well, if they pass the ball to the other side, guess what? That's a free steal. Like that's a free bucket. So
Yeah,
exactly. If you can't get over there quick enough, or somebody can't tell you skip, so you can't say skip.
Like
and get out on the ball. Simple. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you don't have a good skip person, like if the ball isn't skipped, like overhead skip, don't pass that chest pass. No, that I'm gonna steal that and I'm gonna go dunk on it. That's what I'm gonna do.
We're 5 down the other way now. Like,
hey man, I see it coming. I'm like, oh, that's the easy one. I'm gonna pat that thing like Jordan. I'm gonna go crush it.
Yeah, but most girls at the high school level are even gonna have a hard time with the lob skip. So if you can jump, I just need you to be in the way. Yeah. You don't have to tip it, you don't have to grab it. I just need you to be in the way.
Yeah. I'm with that.
All right, back to you.
Okay, Bernard, back to you.
Well, anyway, that's all great. And congratulations to Sherry for that dissertation. But and you have, and I guess the thing is that you apply to a lot of different places for jobs. And but you know what? Your faith is what got you to where you're at now.
It is. That's what Pastor talked about today. It is.
Right. And so I just think, and I'll say this, not to beat on a dead horse or anything, but I'm gonna say this. I just think that God has got you in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time for the right people.
Yep.
And
I believe so too.
I think that those people in this community they'll be receptive to you. But one of the things that you got to remember, and you probably remember this yourself, but it's just that you're going into a foreign area where they don't know anything about you, they don't know anything about me. But one good thing, and I'll say this, is that you got Trent as an AD. And that's a wonderful situation to have, because if you don't have because the AD is like the general manager of your team. And if you don't have an AD that's got your backing, and is going to approve things you want to do, then you're doomed. So, yeah. But Trent's a good guy, all the way around a good guy. I've known this guy for years, and actually I worked with him. We did Sam Mitchell's basketball camp. He worked with me down there. We went to Tom Hammond's camp. No, he didn't do that one. Just Sam Mitchell's the only one he came out and did. So it's great. When he's good, the other thing is that you're working with people too, because you got to be able to work with people. You can't be defiant. And the other thing is you have to ask questions. Not. Being humble is one thing, but ask questions, of course. But if it's not going to work, that's fine. But at least ask the questions. Is this going to work? So, yeah. But the one good thing is that you have your booster club, because I used to be the president of the booster club up in Alaska, so I know how booster clubs work, and you're going to think of a lot of different creative ways to to earn money.
Yep, we've already discussed a couple of them already. So I told them to let me know when they finally got their tournament schedule out, because they host tournaments for summer, like MIAS or AAU. I'm like, well, let me know when you know, because the girls will work. And he's like, you're the first coach that the girls will work. Unless they're out of town, they'll work the tournament.
And that's the one thing about that community that I personally know, is that's a town. It's a small town south of the river, And I imagine that, you got to, and I bet you that the thinking is that you got two high profile schools in Woodbury, which is a wealthy area, and then East Ridge, which is in Woodbury, another wealthy area. But the thing is that you have to get those kids to understand that they can compete and win with the rich people.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna
yeah.
have everyone then they're gonna be like, oh, where's she been all this time? Yep, exactly. But I'm here now.
We got 10 minutes, Uncle. Just FYI.
Oh wow, we've been talking about me this whole time. That's great. But on to the WNBA and the NBA playoffs. Go for it.
Well, the WNBA started yesterday, and was surprising. Seattle, they got their rings, and again, Seattle just went to work again, and they, I think they beat Washington. I think it was. They knocked them off. No, it was in Las Vegas. That's what it was. They knocked off Las Vegas.
Yep.
Chicago with Candace Parker. She went back home to Chicago, so they actually won their first game too, right? Oh yeah,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I must have missed that during the off season.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, where you been?
With two grandchildren.
Yep. You have.
That's right.
I thought I've been trapped. Gone.
But anyway, yeah, they went. She went there this off season.
Yep.
Just back home in Chicago.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, congratulations.
They played the Las Vegas Aces.
Yes.
Well, right.
Hey, just big shout out to since we're talking about WNBA, I did watch the Hall of Fame. So Timmy Catchings and all those people who are gonna get inducted coming up.
Yeah, KG got in.
Yeah,
and Tim Duncan got in. And
for what, the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Where have you been?
Again, Virginia grandchildren. Look, so far removed right now.
Man.
You watch a little bit of da-da-da.
Not with a 17-month-old and an infant. Can't say that.
Put it on ESPN.
Just let it ride.
You've heard him, so the answer to that is no. No.
But so what do y'all think about KG saying that he gonna try to rebuild Minnesota? Like I found that to be interesting. He has that gaping hole where he hasn't brought a chip to the city or whatever. But he's saying I'm
gonna tell you like this. He needs to get over that he got that hard on with Glenn Taylor, and I get it. When Glenn Taylor is a shifty guy, but I guess you become a millionaire to become a shifty guy. But the thing about it is, A-Rod and his guys, they bought the team, and then they're
what was it, a billion?
1.3 billion, I think.
Right.
But
the thing is that they don't really take over the team for another 2 years. So again, Glenn Taylor is still running the team for the next 2 years.
So do you think once Alex Rodriguez gets like full control in the next 2 years that KG will somehow try to put in a bid to be involved?
Yeah, I think once it becomes Alex Rodriguez and his people's situation, I think KG will come back into the fold. But right now, with Glenn Taylor owning that team, KG is not coming around, not at all.
Wow.
Won't do it.
That's tough.
You think they're going to lead the team here?
They have to. That's part of the stipulation of Glenn Taylor selling the team. They have to leave the team here.
They can't move it.
They cannot move it.
Yeah, why would you want to move from Minnesota anyway? That'll be the...
Well, originally, and I worked in the thing. The Glenn Taylor, he's a fan of the game, right? And he wanted to, and the league okayed him to put the team here in Minnesota. So I get it, But I just think we've had such a turn. I mean, I work for the team. I've not worked for the team. We had a turnover. Oh my God. Bill Laimbeer even coached the team 1 year, a couple of years.
He did.
Yeah, he did. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Yep.
He was like, man.
Okay, so I just saw on ESPN, it wasn't just saw, but on the 13th of this month, Anthony Edwards, who should never ever in life do a TV interview because he can't speak well, said he didn't even know who A-Rod is. He's like, I don't even know who that is.
But
He's like, I'm not a baseball fan, so I don't know.
You know what though? That can be something that is, I mean, it happens. A-Rod's been out of baseball since the boy got out of high school.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say it's been a while.
Like 8th grade.
It has been. And you can understand he probably does. He probably was right. He probably doesn't know.
He doesn't know who Derek Jeter is either.
Right. Right.
True.
He different generation. You can't, I mean, yeah, you can't fault the guy for being stupid, but he's gotten better speaking though.
As we haven't seen him since the last time.
Well, yeah, that first time we saw him, oh my God, man.
Train wreck.
It was just it was a train. It was like, wow.
KG couldn't speak either. KG couldn't
right,
speak.
Same thing. And
True.
now KG is an eloquent speaker.
Yeah,
but I just think,
he's decent.
A lot of these guys, well, right. So, a lot of these guys, they make an effort to get better, with the speaking. Because there's some guys on the team that I saw, they've interviewed that speak very, very well.
Right.
Right. But everybody's not going to speak well, especially down. A lot of these guys come from down Georgia, down south. Yeah. But that's not a knock on anybody that's from down there. It's just the way. You used to talking to your teammates in college and your homeboys and stuff, and now you're in the NBA. Well, everything sort of changes now because you're being interviewed by people constantly, and you're being asked questions by people constantly, and you don't want to come off like a dork.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I mean. I just attribute that to UGA's background. You should have went to Georgia Tech.
Well, we're not even going to talk about their background. Their background is terrible.
And that's the other thing too, is that Anthony Edwards, you got to remember he came from a kind of a tough situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Really did.
And so I'm not going to knock him at all. It's just but you could there's always room to get better. And you can improve yourself, and that's one thing I think. And money, you can make all the money in the world, and then you can sound like an idiot speaking, and that sort of turns you off. But I think if you start to get better to learn to speak better and better your English, it bodes well for you. Right. I'm just saying.
I mean, I look at how Kobe. I look at how Kobe used to speak when he first came in the league, and it was like,
right,
you this, you that. And then the more he educated himself, because he was always smart, the more he educated himself,
right,
he was proficient with his words and how he speaks and things like that.
Right.
We got left, Uncle. We got like a minute and a half.
All right, I want to thank my nephews and thank Coach Sherry for being on our show, and
Coach,
I want to thank you all, and also I want to thank the listeners that listen to us. Now, are you able to put it on Facebook, YouTube now?
Yeah, I could post. I got back home, so I wasn't able to post because I was out of town.
Well, right. But now we're back on it now. I'm going to book some more people coming up, and we'll get back on track. So we'll do it. We'll make it happen, Captain.
I can tell you why Pastor didn't make it. Score is 91-86. Golden State, and they got 6:47 left in the fourth quarter.
Right. But that's okay because he was scheduled to come on the last weekend of this month. But I asked him to, and I don't have no problem with it because we keep going,
Yeah.
So
he
that's
probably
that.
in the TV screen like, what?
Right.
All right,
I'm
thanks,
not mad at
guys.
him.
Steph is the MVP. Just FYI. MVP.
No, he won't get MVP.
He should.
Yes, he
He's
will.
carrying the
I
team.
know.
The team.
I know he is. But he won't. They won't give it to him. They're going to make Jokic, the Joker, from Denver. He'll get the MVP.
Denver and Portland, big game tonight. So y'all tune in.
Right. All right, man. We're out of here.
We're out of
See
here.
y'all later.
Deuces.
All right.
Later.
Appreciate it.